color. Vibes.
Still with me, Sam? Even now, our way forward, our way to save Emily, is the same as always. Your first priority is to get the local distro center on the network. Until it's complete and everybody's connected, Higgs won't find it easy to get to Emily. She should be safe. So take your time and do it right. What's the holdup, Sam? Connect your Cupid to the terminal and bring the site online. Good work, Sam. You've made it as far as Bridges 1 ever did. We never pushed further west. Frankly, it's a miracle we kept that distro center running. Anyway, you're almost at Edge Knot City, your final destination, where Amelie should be waiting. Smile, Sam. Only one more knot to go. One last time to put that Cupid to use. Though you'll need another component to finish the job. Regardless, the nationwide network will serve as your ticket home. Just bear in mind that by bringing Edge Knot online, you'll likely be revealing Amelie's location to Higgs. You'll need to get to her before he does. Head to your private room and get your gear sorted. When you're ready to go, we'll give you what you need. Make sure not to leave the distro center without taking the order.
Your work is greatly
Sam? Are you there?
Amelie.
Sam.
Over here, Amelie.
The network's nearly complete. Just one more nut to go. And then America will be whole again. Did I ever tell you my real name? I wanted to. It's Amerigo, after Amerigo Vespucci, the man who discovered the continent.
I thought it was Columbus.
Except Amerigo was full of it. He lied. America is a lie.
Amelie.
I'm on the beach, Sam. Our beach. The one where I was born. Higgs will never find me here. He can't. So don't worry. Get the last Cupid to Edge Knot City and finish what we started. I'll meet you in your room at the distro center when it's all over. There's something you need to know, Sam. I've kept things from you. Worn a mask for the longest time. Everything Higgs said about me is true. I could end it all. Us. Mankind. Extinction. That's what I am.
The hell does that even mean?
But it's not what I want to be. All I want is for you and me and everyone in this world to be whole. Sam. Promise you'll stop me. Don't let me end it all. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Amelie? Amelie! Oh. You asleep?
Sam? Check the terminal and pick up that order before you leave. You can't finish the job if you don't. This is it, Sam. Chap.9 City. The last piece of the puzzle. You'll need more than just a qubit to link this one up, though. You'll also be required to supply a network activation key. Anticipating terrorist interference, we held on to it for safekeeping. It's been sitting in that distro center gathering dust. Until now. Collect it at the terminal and take it to Chap.9 City. Luckily for us, the automated systems at the distro center there still seem to be operational. So once the key is entered, it should automatically interface with the backbone network. A word of caution, Sam. The activation key has a unique identifier. If anything happens to it, you can't just print a new one. It's one of a kind, irreplaceable. And for the love of all that's holy, don't lose it. And don't go breaking it either. You hear me, Sam? If ever there was a delivery not to fuck up, it's this one. We're all counting on you.
Remote detonation grenade launcher. Launches explosive projectiles. As you may have guessed. Can be used in conjunction with a variety of rounds depending on your needs. And yes, said rounds are indeed detonated remotely and at your discretion after firing.
pleasant journey. Have a pleasant journey.
Safe travels.
Rest is advised.
Keep on keeping on.
Have a pleasant journey. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Have a pleasant
Well, the cargo's trashed.
Pleasant journey. Good morning, Sam. Safe travels. Keep on keeping on. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Valid activation key confirmed. Interfacing with NOT network.
We've done it, Sam. The chiral network now spans the entire continent. Our nation is whole again, reborn as the United Cities of America. If terrorists or whoever else strike at us now, even if they succeed in destroying the knot, the network will endure. Everything passes through the beach now, and the beach will keep us together. But we can't rest yet. You still have one more job to do, Sam. A new nation needs a new leader. And only one woman has what it takes to succeed Bridget Strand. A woman destined from birth to inherit this legacy. Emily. She's out there, and she needs your help. Bring her home, Sam, and keep an eye out for Higgs. He could be zeroing in on her as we speak. Now that Edge Knot City's linked up, she should be getting ready to head to your private room. So check yourself in, and sit tight.
Your work is greatly appreciated.
Sam! You came for me. I knew you would. Sam, it's me.
Amelie?
I need to tell you something. I am the Extinction Entity.
Chiral density increasing rapidly. Contact imminent. Combat preparations strongly advised. Repeat, contact with unidentified entity imminent. Chiral density increasing rapidly. Contact imminent. Combat preparations strongly advised. Repeat. Contact with unidentified entity imminent. Contact imminent. Combat preparations strongly advised. Repeat. Contact with unidentified entity imminent. beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Everything I needed, Sam. A complete chiral network. Spread all across America. Connecting all them precious little nuts. I got the whole world in the palm of my hand.
We've had 5 mass extinctions, each caused by an extinction entity. And now it's time for number 6. Now, I'm not talking about the death of a few dozen species, no. This is the granddaddy of them all. BT antimatter voiding out all life as we know it. And it wouldn't be possible without a Boy Scout like you, willing to make us whole again. What do you say? Come on! Time to meet your ender.
Amelie?
Sam. The great work is nearly complete. Every knot is joined. Soon, I will merge them and all mankind's beaches into a single shore. And then will come an extinction like no other. More massive than any before it. The last. This is my purpose.
What the hell they do to you?
The last stranding. My reason for being. The first was nothing more than a prelude.
Surely you figured it out by now.
Doomed? People like us? She's the source of it all!
The nightmares that haunt us, the visions of an inescapable future. Sound familiar?
Happy fucking doomsday, Sam! Fuck you!
Sam. Don't you get it?
You can speed this up or slow it down, but you cannot stop what we've started. Even if you beat me, you can't save her. So all this is a done deal.
They're coming to get me. Time to reset. Let the game resume. Come on. Let's...
Amelie! Amelie!
She's fine. Extinction's on hold for now.
Let her go!
All that for repatriate. What a waste. Well, we'll pick this up when you're done dying.
Hit!
I'll see you on the beach for the grand finale.
Damn it! Higgs took it to the beach. We can't let him get away. There has to be a way you can catch up to him. Hurry, Sam. You know what's at stake. If you don't stop Higgs, he'll use Emily to bring about this doomsday of his, and everything we achieved will be for nothing. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter. Sam.
Well, would you look at this? Thank you so much, Sam. I say, I don't know what I did to deserve such kindness.
Thank you for your contribution.
Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Higgs wants to connect the knots of your network with Amelie's beach. So it's pretty clear where they went.
So how do we get there?
I can't. But you and Amelie have a strong connection. You've been to her beach plenty of times, right? You can make the jump. You gonna come through for me?
I'll try to take him alive.
Promise me. I'm the one who finishes him off. Good. Then I'll help you get where you need to go. I can send us both at once. But I'll be right behind you.
I thought you said you couldn't go to her.
I can't. But I can go to you. By the ties that bind us together. The Dreamcatcher will lead you to her.
And then?
The Misanga will lead me to you. You're going in like that?
Yeah, I don't need a weapon. I'm not gonna take Lou either. Fragile.
What?
Do you have anything to eat?
Oh. Got you hooked, huh? Sam, be careful.
Worst comes to worst. Take care of Lou, all right?
For this to work, I'll have to touch you. Close your eyes. Now picture Amelie in her beach. You love her, right? You love her. Here it is.
Amelie?
Sam? What are you doing here?
You ready to end this? Before the end of everything?
What are you gonna do to her?
What I'm supposed to do? Keep the extinction entity safe until the slate is wiped clean. There's no stopping the sixth extinction. No matter what you, me, or anybody else does, humanity has a few 100,000 years left, tops. Why don't we just cut to the chase? Accept our fate. Like the creatures before us. We all know what's coming. Why delay the inevitable? Those of us with dooms, her, we're all bound here for a reason. We are all of us a part of the Death Strand. In this place, this fucking beach. There's no repatriation here, no. One of us dies, that's it. He goes to the other side. It's nice, huh? Lucky loser gets to put an end to this rinse and repeat bullshit once and for all. So, no BTs, no void outs, no bullshit. Just a good old-fashioned boss fight. Stick versus rope. Gun versus strand. One more ending before the end. One last game over. got plenty of ammo. We doing this, Sam? Hold up, Sam. Racking your brain to think of a better way. Well, there ain't. What's it all? An ending, that's what. Hey, you! Over here. There's fun to be had. Been living on borrowed time. Nothing lasts forever. If history's taught us one lesson, it's that. You're boring me, Sam. Eat this! Done deal. Come on over here and take a look. Show some dignity. Defeat. For once in your goddamn life, make the smart play. We've got all the time in the world, if you don't mind Amelie. something. And hell, you come all this way, didn't you? Come on, Sam.
Yes.
Dad once said the first tools ever made were ropes and sticks. Oh, I've still got plenty of ammo. I don't need the gun, Sam. I can beat you. I can beat you! We got all the time in the world. Come on. Let's have some fun. You're not getting cold feet, are you? Boring me, Sam. You doing this, Sam? We doing this, Sam? Had your fill yet? Oh, Sam! Eat this! Not getting cold feet, are you? Hey, dude! Over here. You okay there, Sam? Yes. Dr. Phil yet? Where's our little Sam? Not getting cold feet, are you? We doing this, Sam? Not getting cold feet, are you? Hey, dude! Over here. We doing this, Sam? Yep. Just don't get it, do you? You can't stop this thing. No one can. We got dooms, Sam. This was only ever gonna end one way. So come on! Thank you. Sorry. One more thing. And back. Deliver that out of one of these. Got it tough.
Fucking die already! Got it top!
Getting a little touchy-feely there, Mr. Phasmophobia. Well, congratulations. You won the game. Too bad you didn't stop shit. Well, get on with it. Fragile.
Guess I left a lasting impression. I'm fragile. But I'm not that fragile. This time you're the one who's going to break.
Is that right? I think you'll find our bond is made of stronger stuff. Jimmy Pillar, damn it!
Oh, what's this? You're already broken.
The fuck? I'm Higgs. I'm the particle of God that permeates all existence. What are you? Honey, you ain't nothing but damaged goods.
You are damaged goods.
As promised.
Thanks. What took you so long? I brought you a metaphor. Take it with you. Tell the lifers with Porter syndrome what happens when you hide behind the mask.
No. You keep it. It's better they hear it from the woman herself.
One more thing. Your little one managed to bring it here by picturing it as equipment. You mind? Babysitting sucks. So where should I send you? Back east?
He doesn't need your help. He's got the chiral network. And he's got me. We can jump east together.
Lucky him.
We appreciate everything you've done for us, we really do. But we're good for now. Besides, I'm sure they need you back at Fragile Express.
Yeah. Better to scoop up all the pieces and put them back together. Wouldn't want to settle for anything less than perfection.
Fragile.
We're square, nothing owed, nothing left to say. So long, Sam.
Come on. Let's go. We still have work to do. Do you still believe in me? Even without Higgs, I am a walking time bomb. I can end it all just like that. But what I want, what I have always wanted, was to be a part of it. For us all to be one. What?
Tell me the truth. Was this all for you or all for Bridget?
This is for our country. For our future, that is the truth. There's something that you need to know, Sam. When you were back east, I slipped out of here and I went to visit you.
What? You lied? Fuck me. You have any idea what it took for me to get here?
You wouldn't have come if I hadn't. You didn't care about America or bridges. But we did know one thing you did care about. Something you were willing to cross a continent for. A reason to build the UCA. It was Die Hard Man's idea.
Great. So I'm Mario and you're Princess Peach. Now you're right. I never gave a shit about this country. I have no ties to anything or anyone but you.
I'm so sorry, Sam. But it all worked out in the end.
I guess that's taken care of.
I know you have questions, but can you save them? For after?
Sure.
Let's go home.
How do we do it? Do we Jump like Fragile?
No. The beach goes the whole way. We run. Together.
Run?
Yeah. Like Mario and Princess Beach. Wait here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you finally invited me to the beach. Remember this? It's the same gun. And now I'm using it to make things right. You were supposed to make the world whole, not fuck it all up.
Okay, then. Get on with it. There is no atonement. Not for us.
It can't be.
Is that really you?
Yes. It's me. John. Remember. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Give me back my BB.
You're looking in the wrong place.
BB!
it's me. Sorry, didn't mean to startle you.
Where am I?
Back east of the tar belt. Your private room. You have Amelie to thank for that.
Where is she?
We don't know.
She didn't head back east?
No, but after she saw to you, she contacted HQ and left us a message.
Saying what?
I'm going to finish what Bridget started. Just that, and then... gone.
Bridget. I saw Bridget on the beach.
Sam, please. You yourself burned her body, remember? She wouldn't have remained on the beach. Couldn't have. Not even if it was her daughter's beach.
Check the logs. You've got them, don't you?
Sorry. We didn't get any of it. The only record we have is the one in your head. What else do you remember?
That guy was there too. Cliff. He took Die Hardman hostage.
The director?
That part you believe?
Well, it would explain why we haven't heard from him for so long. I always suspected him. But now I'm starting to piece together a different narrative. Something's been bothering me, you see. We've been operating on the assumption that Higgs was controlling Cliff. But that can't possibly be correct. Because Higgs is gone, and Cliff is still causing trouble.
You think Cliff is the mastermind?
Yes. He's likely holding Amelie and the director captive on the beach.
And that's where I'm going. Wait a minute. Where's Fragile?
She's safe here with us. But so long as you're over there, she won't be able to send you to the beach.
What?
You must understand, Sam. While you were unconscious, the situation changed quite a bit. We'll explain everything, I promise. But first, you should rest. All right?
Fuck rest. I'm going back to that beach.
And little Lou doesn't need a break either, I take it? Sam, you helped us extend the chiral network from coast to coast. And you dealt with Higgs, the UCA's enemy #1. We couldn't have come this far without you. But there is still one final step. We have to swear in a new president and establish a functioning government. Only then will America be whole again.
Why don't you save that shit for someone who cares? I've done my part. Fuck America. We've got bigger problems now.
I hear you, Sam. Government is the least of our concerns at this point. Cliff has Amelie, which means there may not be anything left to govern come tomorrow. If tomorrow comes at all.
Then why aren't we out there doing something about it? I don't care what she is, only that we get her back.
Right you are. Rescuing Amelie and averting the 6th extinction are one and the same. But neither will be possible unless you first come back east. We are in no position to give you orders, of course. But believe me when I say, it is the only way.
Sam, everyone's here but you.
Fragile transported us back to headquarters.
You okay?
Never been better. Oh. Delivering so many people in such a short amount of time is new.
Mama. No, Lochner.
Yeah, I'm here too. Figured I should lend a hand.
We're all waiting for you, Sam.
No way in hell am I hauling myself all the way back there. Come on, Fragile. Let's do this.
I can't, Sam. And not just because I'm a wreck. It isn't safe to use the beaches to move people anymore.
Chiral spikes have become far more frequent, possibly as a result of expanding the network nationwide. Too many beaches sharing the same space, wires get crossed, and so forth. You can see the toll it's taking on the network itself.
With things the way they are, it's too dangerous to risk jumping through a beach. Even if I reach a beach, There's no telling where I'll come out on the other side. And I could get stuck in there. That's why I can't go to you either. But if I could get to the entrance of the beach, I should be able to get you there.
The beaches are still there after all. I can personally attest to that.
So yeah, you will need to hold yourself all the way back here. But once you have, I promise I'll take you to Amelie. Straight to her beach.
The two of you share a very special connection. Your dreamcatcher, her quipu. They are no mere trinkets. They are singular, irreplaceable totems, embodiments of your shared memories. Two sides of a coin. The price of entry to her beach. Dreamcatchers are a product of Native American tradition, that of the Ojibwe people, to be precise. They were said to ward off nightmares, to alter one's dreams. If Dooms is indeed Amelie's gift to us, her shared dream of our future, perhaps your totem is an invitation to change it. A test, challenging you to find hope amid their hopelessness. While we await your return, I'll search the beach for Amelie and the director. I doubt my ties to them are strong enough, but better that than sitting around doing nothing.
I'll see if I can't find something in the records on the three of them. Maybe they're more connected than we know.
We're waiting for you. The way home should be easier, right? Hurry back east. You already know the way. And when you get here...
Oh. Finders keepers. Now, get out of there, and make sure you head east, towards Lake Knot City. There's no cargo to deliver this time. Or rather, you're the cargo. That's the mission.
Gross.
one of a kind.
A BB candidate?
Either that, or
a sacrifice?
a foundation. A bridge.
Hiya! We back at it with another review over Chapter 9. After that scene with the dearest of all our friends, the race is on, y'all. Dai gonna step in right here just to repeat the same tired and true mission statement about still moving forward. And that is how I knew something was up right here. Usually a person would say, hey, forget the mission and save the lady. But no, to still insist on connecting up the network was classic Dai. He is a military man through and through, and that type of mindset stays hardwired to finishing the objective no matter what. Before I got too deep into this chapter, I went back and fabricated some more equipment because trust, I already know what's about to come up later on, y'all. I get to the distro center north of Edge Knot City and ain't no cargo to deliver right now, so I hooked this station right on up to the network cause who's that? We build America. Well, that's Dale Sam. We got ourselves a new toy to play with too, the remote detonation grenade launcher we will be using soon a bit later on. Then Dai cuts back in to say we made it farther than the previous bridge team ever has. And honestly, I don't know if that is something to be proud of here. Only one more station to hook up from here. And yeah, getting that last knot online will be rough, especially with Amelie's location hanging in the balance. But one thing's for sure, the end is near, y'all. I head on down to my private room for a quick rest up, and guess who pops in for a visit? It's our dearest sister to talk about getting Edge Knot City hooked up to the network. But she also drops a major reveal. Turns out her name isn't Amelie, it's Amerigo, as in Amerigo Vespucci, the explorer this continent is supposedly named after. Daryl Sam even had to cut in here to say,
I thought it was Columbus.
And y'all already know I can go off on a whole tangent right here. That discovery stuff, let's not even get started, because this continent was already full of people, culture, and movement before anyone showed up with the map. But I'll save that for another day. Amelie R. Amerigo lets us know she's currently on the beach where she was born, and that right there had me confused. Like, how are you born on the beach? At this point in the game, I still believed her to be fully human. She also lets us know that the dearest of all our friends won't be able to locate her there on the beach. Here comes the kicker, y'all. She straight up admits that what Higgs said about her was basically true. She might actually be an EE. That's an extinction entity, and she's been out here cosplaying humanity this whole time. So she's gonna be known as Double A now. Amerigo, Amelie, whatever. She's switching names on us, so I'm gonna switch it up for her to my liking now. She's basically Skynet in a red dress. She's talking about wiping out humanity and wants Daryl Sam to be the one to stop her. Like, sis, what? The scene ends with her giving that chilling signature line,
"Be waiting for you on the beach."
After that dramatic scene, I needed to go ahead and switch up my colors now for this chapter. Since the dearest of all our friends is such a loving man, and with the goal of rescuing Double A, along with the completion of this grand UCA dream, I figured I would go with all pink for my hat, glasses, and my lovable Lou. We get another BB story here with another glimpse into dear old dad's attempted escape while carrying BB. As the guards try to break down the door he's hiding behind, we hear Dai's voice cut in like he's trying to distract or redirect the guards' attention. But then there's this woman's voice that cuts in right here, challenging what Dai just said. She insists they open the door anyway, and that's when my dearest dad lowers his head like he knows what's coming next. I just wish he had the ability to fragile jump out of that situation to safety, but stay tuned in because things are about to shift. I go ahead and pick up the next order to head out to the final destination. Nah, not that kind of final destination, y'all. Ain't nobody about to get hit with a flying tire today. I'm just talking about a drop off in Chap.9 City. It seemed like such a short walk to get there back during my first playthrough. Now though, I know better. I know exactly what's coming. Dai gives me that little don't mess this up reminder, and look, the second someone tells me not to mess up, that's when the mess up chooses me. It's like some weird mind glitch where I automatically do the exact thing I wasn't supposed to do. So thanks for that, Dai. Really helpful. I got my full arsenal of weapons packed up and ready, and I'm headed out toward whatever's lurking in the distance. The road up ahead is giving serious boss fight energy. I mean, look at that fog wall. You'd think a legendary beast is waiting on the other side, but it's just a bunch of those BT balloons. That's what I like to call them. And they're easy enough to pop, just like that one show where everybody's busting up balloons.
I love to cook.
Wow, that was almost everyone.
Everything was going just fine, just dandy, until this part right here. I was out here looking for more of those BT balloons, but nope. It's regular BTs in this section, and they are not playing. So when those hands came out the ground and snatched me right on up, it was over, y'all. Dai had already predicted my mess up earlier, and he was right on time. I did notice a couple of those BTs had a gold glow to them, so now I'm wondering if that's the glowing object the preppers were mentioning in their mail. Anyway, after reloading, I decided to not switch up my strategy. I just followed what Dai said at the beginning of this chapter. So trying this thing again, I blow past all the BTs on the way this second time around with the help of my rocket and grenade launchers. I finally reach Chap.9 City with this activation key dropped off for that good old S rank and got this station hooked right on up to the network. Cause who's that? We build America. Well, that's Dale Sam. Looks like we got all the stations linked up now. Mission complete, y'all. But wait, there's more. I got an even bigger toy to play with, which is the quadruple rocket launcher, because it's gonna get real messy real soon. Then Dai pops in to deliver the good news. We've officially connected the entire chiral network coast to coast. No space ghosts. After heading back into the safe room for a quick rest up, Daryl Sam wakes up on the beach again, this time in front of AA, but this version is decked out in Higgs gear, and they're pointing toward the ocean like it's about to tell us our future. Next thing we know, the biggest AA walks up from the water, and then the AA dressed in Higgs gear lets us know that they are an extinction entity. All this dream sequence did was confirm what has been suspected so far in the game. Daryl Sam then wakes up in the red room with a blazing alarm to let us know that dream wasn't just a dream. I have to get ready, y'all. I can't be expected to wake up and get right in the action like some people. Let me take my shower. Let me get my business done. Let me just chillax for just a hot second. I was actually surprised that I could still fragile jump from this location here. So this was just me testing it out. And after escaping that creepy red room, I went ahead and read up on my mail in peace with some music playing in the background to remind myself that I'm still somewhat in control. I got a few more preppers hooked up to the network, like this super chill musician I met between my main missions, cause who's that? Rebuild America, that's Dale Sam. He gifted us a harmonica, y'all, so it was super sweet as heck to have this included in the game, and it made it even more personal to me. I also got some mail from the other preppers congratulating me on pushing all the way through to no man's land here. So this was just the boost I needed, y'all, and with that positive energy, I fragile jump back into the action. On the way back up from the safe room, we get hit with another BB story with dear old dad showcasing his musical talent singing to our dear BB. The soft voice along with the tension of hearing people trying to break down the door had me on edge on what exactly went down here. This was a lullaby wrapped in danger, and I'm just not emotionally ready for it, y'all. So after that scene, I get myself equipped with all the big boy weapons. Rocket launcher, check. Grenade launcher, check. Anything that goes boom, double check. You already know I brought it all, y'all. After checking off my gear list, I run straight into the chaos only to come face to face with an even bigger BT than the one near that biologist in the mountains. And still reeling from that wild dream earlier, I realized that dream was a warning of what's to come. Daryl Sam's reaction here, y'all. Same, Daryl Sam, same. Of course, before we can even process what's walking up to us, the dearest of all our so-called friends shows up to throw a truth bomb in our faces. That whole time we thought we were reconnecting America, we were really just helping our friend carry out his own plan to destroy it. So now I'm looking back thinking, all this time I was out here saying, who's that? Rebuild America. Well, that's Daryl Sam, but maybe I should have been saying, who's that? Destroy America. Well, that's also Daryl Sam. So anyway, Double A pops up first on that left tit of that BT and then right in front of us. Before we could even reunite with her, Higgs steps in and puts that mask on her. And I don't know what it is about that mask, but it's giving major entity controller energy or something like that, because Double A then goes into this trance-like monologue about how the work is done now that every knot is joined up, and she will be able to cause a void out by merging all the beaches into one. Again, I'm right there with Daryl Sam's reaction, y'all.
Oh, they do to you.
Then when I see Double A raise her arm and that huge BT behind her raised the same arm in sync, they was practicing they 1-2 step move. I got chills all over, y'all. And of course, our dearest friend drops another truth bomb on us saying that Double A is the cause of dooms in certain people. I love this whole back and forth between Higgs and Daryl Sam right here.
Happy fucking doomsday, Sam! Fuck you!
If the world ending wasn't hanging in the balance, I'd say the exchange between Higgs and Daryl Sam feels like some high stakes competitive banter, like two dudes going bar for bar, but with doomsday implications. What looks to be Double A walking toward Daryl Sam then shifts to our dearest friend. So in my mind, I'm going, this whole time, was it Higgs that has been masquerading as Double A? Plot twist energy activated. Higgs then says that even if Daryl Sam overpowers him, that the extinction event will still take place, and Double A is way past being saved. Well, to me, that challenge is accepted. When I used this rocket launcher and shot straight to the chest of this thing, I already knew I was in for a long fight, y'all. I kept it simple and decided to run back and forth so I don't get boxed in. A big shout out to our dear friend here on letting us know exactly where to aim our shots, because when Higgs shifted from the belly to the shoulder and he hit us with that "Can you see me, Sam" line, you already knew I lit his face up the moment I seen him peek back out. So Thank you, my dearest friend. I was gonna give this boss fight a couple respectful tries before I dropped the difficulty right on down to normal. I only had the game on hard for them S-rank premium deliveries anyway, but for my dear friend to offer to lower it for us was a first for me to hear in a game. So this was definitely an added push. It wasn't just about finishing anymore. It became a personal challenge for me I needed to see through. I was gonna finish it the same way I started it, on hard mode. So when Double A's face showed up on the head of that thing, I wasn't about to get shook. That was the game trying to break my focus, and I wasn't having it, y'all. Once the health gauge dipped into the red, I went full Rambo, and I didn't even aim with logic at that point. I just started unloading every single weapon I had left onto that BT because I was not about to do a repeat of this boss fight. Thank you to all the players here throwing out these much needed equipment in order to defeat this entity. This really made all the difference in pushing back this massive nightmare. It felt super satisfying to watch this behemoth finally go down. I wasn't even tripping on this A rating I got, as my personal goal of not lowering the difficulty and not dying was accomplished. So heck yeah, I was pumped up, y'all. But unfortunately, this is not the end, as Daryl Sam calls out for Double A. We see her off to the distance, still wearing that half mask. Our dear friend reassures us that she is okay for now. Then Higgs, being the messy friend that he is, tries to shoot up my Daryl Sam. But my sweet and loyal, lovable Lou is right there doing everything to protect us. But then Higgs shoots the pod, stopping my dear BB from shielding us. But my Daryl Sam is not gonna let this slide, and then takes over on protecting BB while sadly losing his life during this heroic act. Coming back to life hits different after that, and with Dai urging us to find a way to the beach, I forgot once again what to do here. So I do what I do best and decided to share these memory chips I found so far. With no clear objective on how to get to the required location, I went ahead back to the safe room for a quick rest up. I still noticed the damage from when Higgs shot up my BB pod. I like and don't like that, as most games would have reset that, but this one holds on to it. Like, yeah, your BB lived through that. The first thing I noticed on that table, y'all already know I couldn't miss it. This big old Boss BT figurine from the fight we just went through. Out of most of the battles I've been in so far, this was my least favorite. The uneven footing made it tricky to maneuver, so I'm glad I remembered to wear my speed skeleton during that fight. I needed every bit of that agility boost to survive that mess. I'm also glad I did that test fragile jump earlier, back when those alarms were going off, because I was just about to jump on back across the coast, but turns out apparently that test jump was the move, because this ended up being the actual way to the beach by using fragile here to jump us to Double A's beach, or more accurately, Daryl Sam now has to be the one to jump himself, since he is the sole person who has been to her beach. Well, other than Higgs now, I mean. Daryl Sam and my dear lady make a pact that she will be the one to finish off Higgs. And I can't blame her. If this is her closure, then I will gladly let her have it. The plan is set. Fragile making the jump to Double A's beach by using Daryl Sam's Masunga bracelet. Now, I didn't like that Daryl Sam chose to go in this fight against his dearest friend unarmed. Oh well, I'm here for whatever at this point, y'all. Also, to see what looks to be romance here between my Daryl Sam and Fragile hit me good in the sweet soft spot. Like I said earlier, I'm a sucker for all forms of love. My first time going through this, I had to think positive so I wouldn't get caught up in leaving my lovable Lou behind once again. Even though I knew my dearest BB would be in good hands with my lady Fragile, no shade to her of course. While my lady was helping Daryl Sam get to Double A's beach, the mantra she had Daryl Sam focus on was saying that he loves Double A. It shocked the heck out of me. I mean, yes, it may have been hinted at looking back during all their cutscenes together, but I was just thinking that my Daryl Sam had an attachment to Double A on the account that she practically raised him from their connection to the beach. So to hear that Daryl Sam has romantic feelings for Double A was a first time for me hearing this right here. I may have walked out during this scene when I was first playing it. I hated to miss out on the revelations shown here. So after Daryl Sam pops out of there, I initially thought my girl Fragile was exhausted for having to help him make the jump to the beach. But now looking closer, she may have been emotionally weak to the knees upon her knowing for sure that Daryl Sam does in fact love Double A. There's another tips and tricks screen here, but I believe I got all I needed during last chapter's tip screen, so I only scrolled through the list for a quick minute as a recap. Daryl Sam then wakes up on Double A's beach with her standing over our dearest friend like she's about to make him a knight at her round table. Before we can walk up closer, Higgs pops in between us and like clockwork uses his entity controller powers to move Double A out the way. Hovering over the ocean, I noticed this time around that there was a spider web flowing out from around Double A, which is similar to the one we've seen in Dear Old Dad's war scenes, which ties her directly to the man that has been hunting us throughout this whole game. Higgs then lets us know that his job is basically to keep Double A safe until everything's done and the stranding has run its course. This final fight will be it for the one of us. And spoiler alert here, y'all, because it won't be my Daryl Sam. I'm letting you know straight up. I hated that Daryl Sam chose to go without his weapons here, but it does make sense because he had to jump his way to this beach, meaning he wouldn't have been able to carry any weapons with him even if he wanted to. Our dear friend also gives us a hint right here on what to do. I really appreciate him for all the help he's given us in both boss fights now. So let's reward him for all his assistance, y'all, and taking this guy out the extinction equation. This was another drawn out boss fight here, only because I had something to prove on keeping it on hard. And this guy can definitely take a punch. Instead of being this whacked out guy wanting to kill everyone, he should have been in UFC or something, because I don't know how many times I hit his face in. This has to be the chapter of uneven boss battle fights. I was really highly irritated how Daryl Sam fell literally over nothing. Nothing! But it's okay. I got my face right back on up, went around that rock, and I punched the heck out of his face some more. How many more can he take, y'all? It don't matter. Because to the second part of this fight, where this fool threw his gun away and wanted to use a knife instead. The one regret I had during this fight is that I couldn't body slam the heck out of our friend here. And I got some sweet knee shots to his crimson chin. So that was it for me. I like that part. So after an eternity and before we could deliver a clean punch to his noggin, Double A calls out for Daryl Sam. And once again, before we can make it up to where she is currently hanging out, this friend of ours just doesn't know when to quit, y'all, and wants to finally use his bare hands this time for one final punch out session. Now, I said back in the prologue that I haven't played any of the Metal Gear Solid games, but folks have told me that this is a nod to the fourth game in that series, so I hated to miss out on the reference to Kojima's earlier games, but I definitely am here now, fully appreciating his current work. Thank goodness our friend wasn't munching on those cryptobites, because if he was healing mid-battle, that would have made this into an Odyssey long saga. But no, we got him in the end clean enough, and I love that our final hit to him was several headbutts to his dome piece. Daryl Sam, then making good on his promise, drags our friend out of the water, to which Higgs, in his classic sarcasm, says,
"You're getting a little touchy-feely there, mister." Phasmophobia.
They share a strange moment here, with Higgs constantly poking and prodding Daryl Sam in both boss fights, and with the culmination of those events leading to them coming to a sort of understanding, I feel here. Not peace, not friendship, but recognition. Like they both finally see each other in a way, and in that moment, I felt it too. My dear Lady Fragile then steps up for her long-awaited get back against Higgs. Daryl Sam is finally able to save Double A with her just floating magically into his arms, and it was such a beautiful moment to see that our dearest friend's bond with Double A is now broken. The look on Higgs' face realizing his powers weren't working was priceless. The disbelief, the desperation, it was the perfect payoff. And my girl Fragile giving him another knock to the noggin for good measure was also much needed. I just wished she kept wailing on him. I don't agree with this rating here. I did take a good amount of damage, but this C rating was wild to me. But I'll take it. And with that, this chapter of the dearest of all our friends is completed, y'all. This was a whole purge wrapped in betrayal, and somehow I'm still standing. Connections were shattered and truths unraveled. The hardest journeys don't ask for perfection, because sometimes the most meaningful bonds are the ones forged in the ruins. I got my Masanga back from my dear lady, and getting back to the cinematic action, my Daryl Sam hands Fragile the AK because she's not having a good day to presumably annihilate Higgs, and then we get a slight catch-up conversation between Double A and Daryl Sam, with him giving her Kipu necklace back. An exchange of gifts is then given between my dear lady, Fragile, and Daryl Sam. It would just be lovely if all of them can just be together, you know? So Fragile then says she was able to bring BB to the beach because she pictured our lovable loot as equipment, even though they're not mere equipment. So I'm hoping that this may mean in the next game we could possibly bring a few items with us when we make the jump to a different location within the game. I also had to laugh when Fragile said babysitting sucks, since I know now that she has a baby in the future. My dear lady offers to jump us back east, to which Double A steps in like an extinction entity of love this time, saying that the destructive chiral network will enable them to head back east. The look on my lovely Fragile's face seems like she's holding back a storm behind her eyes. I see relief, regret, and maybe even a little hope tangled in the grief. You can see the tiny break in her face, like she just gave up something without saying a word. My Daryl Sam tried to make it right with my Fragile, but I suppose there really is nothing left to say between them. Double A, like the entity she is, steps around to the front of Daryl Sam to grab his attention away, saying they have even more work to do. Like, cool off a bit, Double A. My man's just let the best thing in his life walk away, and how dare she ask if my Daryl Sam still believes in her after all we've done to get to this desolate place. Double A then mentions, like, we can forget that she is still an extinction entity and can end it all if she wants, but she just want to be down with us humans, y'all. This is why I love Daryl Sam, because he be seeing through all that mess she be sprouting and cuts straight to it by wanting the truth and nothing but the truth. Double A says that all that was done was for the good of the country, and hearing that put me on high alert, because let's be real, since when has anything done in the name of the greater good ever actually been for us, the people? It always sounds so noble until you look deeper and realize who's really benefiting. And case in point, Double A was using her being supposedly kidnapped as a rallying cry to get my Daryl Sam to do the government's bidding for them by connecting the chiral network. I also don't like how Double A was out here snitching it up in the Stranded world, trying to pin it all on Die, but I have a very strong feeling it was all her idea, our Bridget's idea, since they are all one and the same, essentially. Daryl Sam and his analogies, y'all.
Right. So I'm Mario and you're Princess Peach.
Shots are heard off in the distance, which alludes to the fact that Higgs is taken care of. But we all know the dearest of all our friends will be back to visit us in the next game. And I can't wait to see him again, even though he's looking all messed up. But he'll still be our friend. I guess since the extinction event was delayed and Higgs, I believe, is also a repatriate, even if it's not stated that he is, that's my guess on how he still may be alive. Double A turns Daryl Sam's words around on him with referring to herself as Princess Beach. I feel this is Double A saying she is not the princess who was locked away like in the game, but someone who can make events happen, shake things up. She still refers to Daryl Sam as Mario, since he is the type of guy who keeps showing up. No matter how many castles or deaths he has to go through, he will find a way to her. This scene right here with them running like this was kind of silly, especially with all that we've been through so far. This was their moment to just chill out, even if it looked straight out of a cheesy love montage scene in a movie. Once we arrived at the destination, Double A tells Daryl Sam to wait there, which I already didn't like because I just felt like it was a setup. And I would have said, nah, we going together. So I'm glad he followed her up this cliff to see the previous president standing there with a gun being pointed to her by Dai. I didn't know what to think here when I first saw it. And now going back through this game again, things are finally piecing together for me. Bridget, no, she's shiesty, y'all, on killing dear old dad and possibly put the mother in a situation to become brain dead. I had to give it to Dai, y'all, as I really didn't think he would shoot her here, even though I'm sure he knew that wouldn't do her any harm on the beach. Bridget says there's no redemption for people like them, and then points to the beach where we see those same soldiers and my dearest dad coming onto the shore. And coming face to face with Dai, it seems our dearest dad was unaware possibly of Dai's role in the whole situation, as Dai again repeats that he is sorry, so very sorry, which brings me back to that BB flashback story of Dai saying he didn't know the woman in the hospital was his wife. Now, this scene here made me wish my dear Fragile had kept my lovable Lou for a while longer, with our dear old dad and friends coming toward us like this. I figured there would be another war scene battle here, but Double A comes in to save the day this time by pushing my Daryl Sam back into the ocean, essentially killing him in the process. And this time when we repatriate, instead of our dear BB being shown, it is this creepy doll, which got me good right here, y'all. I hate jump scares, but I also kind of like them too, if that makes any sense. Daryl Sam then wakes back up in the safe room with Deadman doing the absolute most with that Higgs mask just dangling in the air like that. Anyway, Double A dropped us off here and went off, I suppose, to make things right. I was just as confused as Deadman here with how Bridget was on the beach when we delivered her body to the incinerator. Daryl Sam lets Deadman know all about what happened at the beach, and with the revelation that Dai has been gone for some time, some things are starting to make sense. Operating under the belief that Higgs is out of the picture at this point in the game, our dear old dad couldn't possibly be controlled by him, and that he is actually the one pulling the strings of this whole stranding event. Daryl Sam then tries to head back to the beach, but unfortunately, Fragile is not in business at the moment. And my Daryl Sam needs to slow his face down anyway, because my lovable Lou is not to be overworked. Now, it was super cute to see everyone yawn in sequence like this, biology at its finest, because seeing other people yawn makes you yawn. Classic empathy and social mirroring at work here. Why they gotta keep dragging my Daryl Sam through another mission, y'all? Deadman says that the UCA has been without a leader this whole time, so I already know exactly where this is headed. Dai is gone, so of course I, as in Daryl Sam, am about to be the one responsible for bringing him back to our side. This reaction of my Daryl Sam,
hard fuck America,
is spot on, y'all, because because I'm too over this country's agenda. My dear heart of a man shows up to let Daryl Sam know that our dear old dad still has AA, so the extinction event could possibly go on. Fragile and Mama number 2 also make an appearance, so the only person missing to the party is us, y'all, so I can't keep them waiting now, can I? Daryl Sam was not with having to drag his face all the way back there, but looking at my dear Fragile, I don't know how my Daryl Sam couldn't see that she was unable to make the trip. Hartman drops some more knowledge on us, y'all, saying that the origin of dream catchers come from the Ojibwe tribe, so this was interesting to take note of, and I'll have to dig deeper in that tidbit of information to see if there may be some other earlier tribes that have used dream catchers before. Everyone is all in on a plan to rescue AA again and now die as well. Next up is to head back east with my Daryl Sam, as he is now the cargo to be delivered this time. I absolutely love these couple of new figurines we got here, detailing the punch out fight between the dearest of all our friends and my Daryl Sam. I may actually go back to this fight since I got that darn C rating and try to bring it up to at least an A. I also went ahead and checked out some of the mail I got, which, speaking of our dear friend, it is revealed here finally that good old Peter is actually Higgs this whole time. My mind almost exploded seeing this the first time, y'all, because how can he go from this pizza loving guy to the maniac we saw all throughout this game? The other mail I got from Jake and not from State Farm also confirmed what I thought from the very beginning, and that no one has actually seen AA except her hologram. And thanks to Aaron for building this safe room, even though I went ahead and built one for myself. So it's the teamwork that counts here. On the way back up from the safe room, we get another BB story here with the back of then President Strand saying the child is gifted, and Di shown a bit later elaborating on that statement, saying the child could also be a sacrifice for the government. And this is when it all clicked for me on Bridget's and Di's role in what happened with dear old dad and BB. Bridget likes to play this nurturing mother of the nation role, but here she is talking about the life of this child only being valuable as an asset to the UCA, and I can at least respect how Di lets her know that she is trying to dress up her words instead of saying it like it is, and that the child is not special. They're chosen to be used up. This was another heavy chapter, y'all, and stay tuned in to the next one as we rescue Di and AA. Thank you all for tuning in. My next upcoming games, of course, will be some more Cafe Enchant, and I'm still working on bringing you the next scenario in Resident Evil Outbreak, along with Mafia 3 as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe with that bell jingle turned on to stay tuned in, my wonderful people filled with greatness. And as always, much love, much peace, and catch you on the flip side.